Hello, everybody, and welcome to Offhand Ideas. I'm very, very excited for this episode today because today we are going to be talking about the Sonic movie 3. Yes, I'm very, very excited to talk about this today because I'm going to discuss the best and worst parts of the movie and my overall thoughts on it with spoilers. So, all you people who haven't seen the movie, get out, go watch it. It's amazing, better than the Mario movie. And my thoughts on it is that it was amazing. I really, really loved what Paramount is doing. And it may just because those two earlier Sonic movies are literally my childhood. And I've been anticipating Shadow to be on the big screen since second grade. But let's save that for later. Because let's get into it. Please, before we get in, please like, comment, subscribe. The 1 year anniversary video is coming up next week. We're inching closer and closer, and it's almost there. I'm almost done with it. So, let's get into it. For starters, my best parts are, for one, Shadow. Keanu did amazing as Shadow in the role. He was killing it. And I think his prison break at the beginning of the film was a really good setup for what Shadow was gonna be and how powerful he was. And, oh boy, the action scenes are amazing. Keanu Reeves' Shadow. That prison break scene was incredible. I loved the running on the ocean, which we've seen in the trailers. And just Shadow in general. And when he breaks out of Prison Island, he's at Tokyo, and he realizes that, oh crap, I've been in cryostasis for 50 years! And he has a anger against Gun, which I really thought was a good way to establish Shadow's edginess and be like, Gun, you gon' pay. And we cut to Sonic and Tails and Knuckles. One thing I really liked that Sonic 3 did was it didn't overshadow Tails and Knuckles with Shadow, which I really didn't. I really did like that they still gave each character their strengths and weaknesses, and it really amplifies when Sonic and Tom are talking when he says, without Tails, Knuckles, Tom, and Maddie, Sonic would be a completely different person. And I like when the cuts to Shadow were going in during this whole foreshadowing, because we're gonna see later in the movie what it would be like if Tom bit the dust. So then Gun comes in and says, yo, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, go fight Shadow. Go fight Shadow. We need him out of Tokyo. We can't have the world thinking about Shadow. So then they jump out of a helicopter, like we've seen in the trailers again, to go fight Shadow. And they think they've got Shadow in the bag. But no, they don't. And Shadow gives them the old whoop-pow! And kicks the crap out of them. And then he gets on the motorcycle, grabs the gun. Yes, we finally got Shadow holding a gun. And Sonic chases after him as he just zips through downtown Tokyo. And he Akira slides up a building. And then they fight. And it's very... It ends before it begins. They punch each other and then Tokyo gets a blackout. So that's fun. And then after that, they hang out with Agent Walters, aka Olive Garden guy, in the Chow Garden. I wish they threw in a cream reference somewhere, so that would be kind of cool. But I really did like seeing all the chows. They were quite cute. And he tells them about Project Shadow and more foreshadowing on the Woody and Lotso effect, which I went over in my trailer analysis. And all the egg drones come in and actually kill Olive Garden guy. That's actually kind of nuts. Like, there are many more deaths, but this was like the first one where he actually died. That was kind of sad. And we see a mysterious motorcycle person going around electrifying all the egg drones, and for a second I thought it was gonna be Rouge, but I was wrong. It was Agent Stone, the goat milker. And we get reintroduced to the one, the only Jim Carrey's Robotnik in The Crab. And he's given up. He's chubby, he's disgusting, he eats weird burritos in his crab egg microwave. I don't know. And I'm sorry if I keep saying and. I want to keep things fresh and dramatic. We're basically doing the plot. This isn't the best and worst parts. This is more of like plot analysis. And they realize that they have to team up because there may be someone working with Shadow who is affecting Dr. Eggman's egg drones, and they team up to go to a secret laboratory where Shadow is, and we learn more about Shadow's life with Maria, who is Shadow's best friend and was basically just a person who showed him the beauty of life and just showed him what having a good time looked like and just being there for Shadow, making him a really good person, and dropped the fire line. When darkness has fallen, there will always be a light to shine through the darkness. I know I said that wrong. I'm not great with this. And we all know what's going to happen to Maria. We all know. So one night, we don't know why or how this happened, Shadow and Maria were just hanging, and Gerald Robotnik's like, "Brothers, the Jedi have taken over!" I'm kidding, he doesn't say that. He just says that they're gonna take Shadow, Gun's gonna take Shadow away from them, so they gotta get out of there. And Olive Garden guy is like, "Bruh, they're just kids, don't shoot them!" And the guy's like, "Nah, brother." So Olive Garden guy gets in the way of the crossfire and blows up the entire facility, killing Maria in the process and making Shadow literally become the embodiment of anger from inside out. And after that, Shadow was put into cryostasis, where he remained there for 50 years, having him hold a grudge against Gunn and Agent Walters, which is a pretty good way to set up Shadow's hatred for Gunn. And after they learn that, Gerald and Eggman get reunited, and it's almost like they're being played by the same actor in a movie! Reference. And after that, they're all teamed up, they betray Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and they go back home, and they convince Tom and Maddie to help them break into Gun headquarters and steal a microchip that Agent Walters gave to Sonic before he died, but then a director woman stole it back. And then they go there, and Tom, thankfully, steals the chip, but he's disguised as Agent Walters because of a tech hologram mask Tails gave him. And then, before he can disband it, Shadow punches him, and I feel like that'll stop your heart from beating. And Sonic now feels the pain Shadow does, and Shadow's like, "I think I caused another me situation. Oh, crud." And Sonic is just vengeful. He's angry at this point, and he almost gets in a fight with Knuckles because he wants to get the Master Emerald to go supersonic and kick the crap out of Shadow, which he eventually does, but the Master Emerald is guarded by the one, the only, the terrible Wade Whipple! So, then he goes supersonic, and yeah, he kicks the crap out of Shadow, but then Shadow gets his hands on the Chaos Emerald and goes Super Shadow! My, how the tables have turned. And this fight scene, another thing I want to point out, this movie has the best fight scenes in any of the Sonic movies. The time when they're like punching each other and like fighting around the world, that's an amazing scene as Super Sonic and Super Shadow. That is an amazing scene. It gave me goosebumps. But then Shadow talks trash about Tom, and then Sonic uppercuts him to the moon, and he's about to kill Shadow, but he doesn't because Sonic realizes that he's not that guy, and Shadow tells him that he's had the pain of Maria dying for so long. It's all he knows. And the sun rises, and they realize that we gotta stop the space colony arc that Gerald Robotnik has built and plans to destroy the world with it, which I skipped over. I'm too busy talking about all this other stuff. And they gotta stop it. So they go Super Sonic and Super Shadow with Live and Learn playing in the background. One of the best Sonic songs ever. And they blast off into space, destroying what seems to be Gamma robots. Did not see that coming. And they almost get to turning the arc around, and they pee on the moon! Yes! And whatever happened to Gerald Robotnik, I'll tell you what happened to Gerald Robotnik. He got a giant space hand, and I haven't seen a giant space hand since I hate watched Green Lantern 2011, and he flies off the arc. He just flies off the arc, which, lame death. But then Shadow realizes that there's only one way to do this, and Robotnik keeps it stable from the inside, and Shadow tries to push it as far away from Earth as physically possible. And then Eggman says, "We're gonna die saving the world. To Agent Stone, thank you for making my lattes. Love you, bro. Yo, real one. Bye-bye." And then it explodes, and Shadow and Eggman supposedly both die. Which I am kind of sad about. Jim Carrey dying. I am kind of sad. I feel like he's not going to get brought back this time. So I'm kind of sad about that because I really liked him in those movies. But this is my final butt at the end of this video. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are safe at home. They recognize and support Shadow's sacrifice to saving the entire planet Earth. And Tom has recovered somehow, and they hug it out. They're a team now. They're still a team, and Sonic is all good. He's all good. He's learned his lesson about not becoming Shadow, because that's a whole separate situation he doesn't want to get into. And we need to get to the post-credit scenes. I'm sorry if I did a horrible job recapping this movie. I'll get better at that in the future. But let's get into the post-credit scenes. Okay. We get Metal Sonic confronting Sonic at the end of the race. And he almost blasts Sonic, but Sonic dodges it and said, "Yeah, you're gonna need more than that to kill me, bro." And Metal Sonic, there's not just one Metal Sonic, dear viewer. Metal Sonic confronts Sonic with the power of Mandy. And then Amy Rose comes in and bashes the crap out of them. And she's wearing a hood, so I didn't really know it was her. So she takes off the hood, Johnny Storm style, and Sonic says, "Who are you?" And oh lordy, I feel like they're gonna do Sonic CD in the next one. And oh boy, I'm so excited to see what went on with Metal Sonic and Amy. Is it like a Robotnik thing where it was his last resort? Or was it like Anti-Sonic where this version's Mr. Negative clone Sonic? I don't know. They can do anything they want. I'll be happy. But overall, it was amazing. It was just so good, and I'm really excited for Sonic 4 coming out in 2027. I hope they keep this upward trajectory, and I cannot wait to see where this franchise goes. And also, Shadow is alive. What? Now, I will see you all. Thank you all for watching, by the way. Please like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the 1-year anniversary video. I hope you liked my review. Go watch Sonic 3. It's really amazing, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!